Hey Callie, no rent, no bills, but you want to live outside of the system? Well, it's Moaning Monday. Let's have a proper look, shall we? I keep seeing comments like this: you live outside of the system, you know, good on you, you're outside of the system. But you know what? Mainstream media are fighting back. I've been looking online, and you should have an email, whether you're a creator or a subscriber or have a YouTube account, a Google account, things like that. We've all got one. So what is going on? Well, the email that I had through was basically mainstream media want to squash creators, squash you, squash me, squash other people by way of getting BBC, ITV, Channel 4 and that on YouTube, that they want you to pay a TV license for. See, the problem is, the minute mainstream are on here, they want people to pay for it. They want to restrict you. I mean, you've probably seen the last two videos. We've done hashtag keep YouTube yours or keep YouTube ours. There's a big thing going on, and YouTube is fighting back. I mean, just have a look at this sort of stuff on the screen now. And what that's saying is the tension over mainstream media on YouTube in UK centres on government proposals aimed at combating online misinformation, which YouTube warns will heavily distort viewer choice and harm independent creators. No fucking shit, Sherlock. And that's the problem, isn't it? I seen on the news, matey, last year, I think it was, that got unalived, and they went, oh, we don't think it's terror related, and then fed us a load of bullshit for week after week. A couple of weeks later, oh, guess what? Sorry, guys, it was terror related. Now, that's what I'm struggling with right now. Us independent creators are the ones that give you alternative information, alternative views. And basically what those alternative views mean to us is, if you get one source of information that you're paying for, okay, and then all of a sudden you see an independent creator or someone else spreading some information and their point of view, it basically just opens up your mind, doesn't it? It stops you being narrow-minded, and you can be open-minded, and then you can make the decision on whether you want to believe the narrative, or you want to believe the conspiracy, or you want to go, I'll take a bit of both. And that's what I think. And no one's standing there going, you need to believe in God, you must believe in God, what are you doing, you need to believe. Sorry mate, I believe this. Well, sorry mate, I believe that, because you've either read a book, had a look at your own ethical or moral background, anything like that, that condenses what they say, what you say, all into one nice, neatly packaged deal, right? So when I say no rent, no bills, living this way outside of the system, that's a problem. For me personally, you don't live outside of the system. No one ever can. This country, this society is set up predominantly. The day you're born, you get given an NHS number. The day you're born, you get given a national insurance number. Now, if you are a creator and you are making an income, this is my crux with it. Living outside of the system, you're still paying tax. You still need to sort out your tax returns. You still need to pay money for your national insurance. Otherwise, when you get old, like us, you know, I mean, we're only like 20 years away from retirement. When you get old like us, what's your backup? What's your backup plan? You're just going to dwindle? No, the state's going to help you, isn't it? Whether you've paid national insurance or not, we do. And that is the bigger issue of living outside of the system. No one lives outside of the system. I've got my phone, I've got to pay a bill, you know? It's just easier to say living outside of the system, no rent, no bills. You do have the bills. You've got to pay for the internet. You've got to pay for YouTube Premium. And that's cool. I get that. I understand you're paying for a service. But you're still very, very much in the system. But yeah, back to the matter at hand. See, now the issue keeps popping up, doesn't it? That mainstream are trying to bustle their way in onto YouTube. YouTube, you should charge them to be on the best platform in the world, the most highly grossing is it highly grossing? Yeah, something like that. Highly grossing platform in the world, the one place people go to. And it's like you've got the online safety bill, you've got the age restriction on social media ban in the UK now. We might as well just call ourselves China, right? Should we not just call ourselves China and have done with it? You know, and Japan as well. You've got so many laws over there that are real locked down to stop you accessing alternative information, alternative views, opinions, expressions of art, expressions of self. And what they're going to do is they're going to try and use an algorithmic boost so your channel stays small and everyone else stays small. You don't get recommended anymore. It's absolute bollocks. None of you will see our posts anymore. None of you will see our recommendations. You'll see the BBC, ITV, Channel 4, all that sort of shit. It's all over the news. There is, as I said previously, an email that was sent to us all of us, you included. Have a look in your emails from YouTube or Google and sign it. Sign the petition, sign up for it. I haven't heard anything back yet, so I'm a little concerned, but there's many different little green papers, I think they're called. They're starting up their own petition to sign for this to keep YouTube hours. You know, you pay a TV license. See, that's the problem is that BBC sit there and go, YouTube outgrossed us last year. Maybe that's what we should do. Fucking put all of our shit on there and charge people double the price because they're already paying for YouTube Premium. They're already getting lots of ads. Let's get our money on there and get lots of ads because millions of people will watch us. Fuck off, BBC. You're a bunch of fucking assholes. That's what the BBC, right? Big bellend community. Surely, right? And I know some of you will like the BBC. Whatever. Each to their own, right? Some people believe in other things than I believe in. Whatever. Now, with some of our clients, they think the BBC is gospel. Everything the BBC says is true. Okay. But we all know over the last 5 years that the BBC bullshit. Or is that just my opinion? Allegedly, they bullshit. I don't know. It's just my opinion. Let me know what you think down in the comments. But that's the harsh reality of it. Is you are not free. You don't live outside of the system. You never will live outside of the system. It's designed specifically just for you, for us, for our viewing pleasure, right? And like I said, with the national insurance, with the your NHS number, you are entitled to state help. It's the system you're born into. You can't be born outside of it, sadly. You know, if you have a birth certificate, if you were born and you have an NHS number and you have a national insurance number, you are entitled to help. Whether you've put into that pot or not, whether you've been watching the BBC or not, you're entitled to it. So the system is made for you, created by you, created for us, to keep us locked in chains, to keep us locked down. And that's cool. Keep us locked down, right? Because the BBC are always right. Come on. But like it says here, YouTube is fighting back, and that's cool. I love it. See, they've got a counter-campaign proposal, because what they're actually saying is it's distorting viewer choice. Yeah, our choice to choose what we want to watch. It's also crushing independent creators. It's messing us all up, as you already know, or you might not. See, what happened about a month ago or two is, well, and longer, is YouTube was going on a cull, getting rid of inauthentic content. Now, that's what I found quite funny, because then they changed the algorithm, and if you type in bird watching, our video on the bird watching will get pushed to you. But if you type in wild camping, you won't see our video about bird watching. It's like an average percentage. If you've searched more bird watching in that month, in those 28 days, you will only get suggested content from bird watching. If you've typed in bushcraft UK, you will only get typically shown bushcraft UK content. So it's already happening. It's already happening. You don't just get it pushed to all of you now. You don't see what I put out, what we put out, what other creators put out, your other favorite content creators put out. Nothing like that. That's not really YouTube's fault. I think that's And across the board, we're all just getting squished down. So whether you've got rent or bills or trying to live outside of the system, it's not going to happen for long. And they're pulling in the noose tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. Much like last Monday's Moaning Monday. You know, while camping's free, no law changed. And the laws behind closed doors are constantly changing, constantly being bled in. So we don't even know. Unless you're on the case 24/7, typing that shit in, you're never going to know how much the alleged government are allegedly fucking screwing us over. And that is a big issue. It's a big issue for you. It's a big issue for us. I mean, cool. Thanks a bunch. So living outside of the system, you ain't going to. You're never going to. You're never going to disappear outside of the system. Why? You pay for food. You need money. Money, it's a monetary society. You need the money for the food. You need the money for tools, gear, equipment. You do have bills. You do have rent, as it were. I mean, rent was a service, wasn't it? So when you were paying rent, you know, like a peppercorn rent, have a look into it, it's quite interesting. When you're paying like a peppercorn rent, you're just paying for a service, a bit like a trade or a barter, but you need to pay. You need to pay, and yeah, it makes me sick. It is disgusting. But if you want to live outside of the system, don't have money, don't be on the internet, don't have clothes, don't have anything, unless you can make all of that, you're not really out of the system then, are you? If you look down in the description, I should have a link in there to sign a petition or to give you some of the rules and what's exactly going on. If you want to follow along or you're a creator, make sure you do the hashtag keep YouTube ours or keep YouTube yours. Push for that independence and that freedom. YouTube is the biggest online platform. It really is. And let's not let our government take the monopoly on that and try and force more people to pay more money because their money's dropping, right? Their funds are dropping. Well, step it up then. If you are the BBC, ITV or Channel 4 or whatever, step up your game. Make your own online platform. Make your own platform that people can come to and pay doubly. So you pay a TV license, then you've got to pay and subscribe online somewhere. Then you've got to pay for their members' content. Just make your own fucking platform, stupid. Anyway, it's been a bit of a moan, it's been a bit of a groan, but it's more so to try and keep you in the loop on everything that you may or may not have heard about. And it royally pisses me off to see people like you, people like me being taken advantage of, and our governments allegedly trying to control us and make it all safe and doodah online. Yeah. Also, just as a side note, independent media and independent people have done research. They've found that children and young adults and things like that can really value from online content for being able to pick and choose what they want to look at, what they want to see. Obviously, if it's over 18 content, yeah, it should be parental guidance, PG. You remember those videos, PG or 15 or 12? It was down to the parent to decide if that content was good enough to watch. And you're never going to stop it. It's never going to stop. We ain't ever going to stop. No one's ever going to stop. The minute you stop, they win. We need our independence. We need our alternative news. We need our authenticity. And we all need to band together to keep some things free in life. You know, something that we're not paying for, something that we're not doubly paying for, something that you're not, you know, having people knocking at the door going, you haven't paid your TV license. Yeah, I have. Oh, no. We know you've been on YouTube. What? Shut up. Anyway, till next time, Cully. Happy hopping.